Hey guys, and welcome to another book haul on this channel. The past 2 weeks we've done 3 book hauls of around 50 books, so yeah, there's too many books here. We kind of went on the crazy book buying streak or whatever, and I blame it on Book Outlet, but basically we're done for the full summer. We're not buying, or I'm at least not buying any books except for the releases that I'm really excited about, such as Rune Rising and like Island Happily Ever After and Divergent, like a 4 collection or whatever. Other than that, yeah, not gonna be buying any books because I got too many. So there are around 15 books here. There's a library book, a couple of review books, and then the glorious books that I bought off Book Outlet, which I'm really excited about. The first book is actually an unsolicited copy, meaning that the publisher just randomly sent it to me, and it is Blazed by Jason Myers. This is a contemporary about this angry kid who's always high, and like his mom has like manic mood swings. So not the type of book that I would generally read. I don't know if Farah would like to read that. It's told from a male POV. I don't generally connect with them as much as female POVs, but I'll see if anyone of the people that I know is interested in reading it. The next book is one I actually requested from HBG Canada, and it is Midnight Thief by Livia Blackburn. This synopsis just totally like hooked me, and there's an assassin's guild here, and there's a lot of conspiracy going on, and the girl who's a thief and gets recruited by these you know, people, the guild and all that stuff, and there's just so many things going on. And I'm actually reading it right now. I am 160 pages only. I'm really excited to finish this. The next book that I got is one that I requested and was impatiently waiting for, and it's an adult book from Penguin. Then and Always by Danny Atkins. I heard the best things about it, but it's about a girl. She's basically not happy, or not really not happy, but something happens and she's dealing with the grief and just like, you know, coping with it and stuff. And then there's a sudden fall that lands her in the hospital, but she gets like amnesia or something, and then when she wakes up it turns out that her life is like the total opposite of what it currently is. And it reminds me of Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella, so kind of the same plot, and I really like the sound of that. I think this book's already out. Yeah, it came out in May, and I read really good reviews of it. The next book is one that I got today, and it is Longburn by Joe Baker. So you guys know how much of a big fan I am of Pride and Prejudice and like Elizabeth Bennet and all those, you know, awesome people. But this one is actually Pride and Prejudice, but is about this servant's story. And as soon as I found out that, you know, this is up for grabs to request, I immediately requested it. And this is, you know, their house, which is just so cool. And it's historical fiction, and it's Pride and Prejudice. I'm reading that really soon, actually. I'm really excited for this one. The next one is another unsolicited copy from Simon & Schuster, but they pretty much knew that I was dying to read this one. And it is Scandal by Sarah Auchler. I have read all of Sarah Auchler's books, including this one. I've already read this. And I've only loved 20 Boy Summer. I thought Bittersweet was okay, and the Book of Broken Hearts was also okay. So I was like, I need to give her another chance because, you know, third time's the charm or whatever. And I did, and I read this in a couple of hours, could not stop reading it. It was so good, addicting. I loved all the friendships she makes, and it talks about a girl, and like she goes to an after prom party and she kisses her best friend's boyfriend. A picture gets taken, and apparently all the transgressions, I guess that's the word, and promiscuous acts that happen in the party get uploaded through her Facebook. So now everyone pretty much hates her because how can she do that? And a lot of people's lives have been ruined because their parents saw these photos. So she's trying to figure out who did that and why they were out to get her, and it's just like this whole, you know, mystery plot, as well as her trying to, you know, deal with actually betraying her best friend but still having feelings for the guy. And I just loved it. It was so good. 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I'll talk more about this in my wrap up. So the next book, and this is the book before the last in terms of review books, is Hexed by Michelle Chris. And it says here, something witchy this way comes. This is a witch book, if you haven't figured it out. This girl looks like Taylor Swift. Every time I see her, I remember Taylor Swift with the hair and everything. And I think the cover is gorgeous. And it talks about a girl who finds out that she comes from a family of witches and that there's a book that her mother has been guarding that apparently got stolen because apparently sorcerers and witches are two completely different, you know, communities, and they hate each other. And there's this book that protects the witches from the sorcerers. So anytime a sorcerer would kill a witch, then that sorcerer's power gets stripped away. So that book was made for that. So apparently the sorcerers steal that book, and if they break the spell, then they can go and go on a killing rampage and kill all the witches without any problem. So she has to go and like try to find out and basically get her hands on the book. And yes, I'm not going to say anymore because I will talk about in my wrap up about this book because I already read it. The last review book is one that I'm really excited about, and it is from Razor Bill Canada, so Penguin, and it is The Art of Getting Stared At by Laura Langston. Razor Bill Canada talked about this book a couple of months ago on their Twitter, and I think they revealed the cover. And then that's the first time I've heard of this book. I went and I looked it up on Goodreads, and then I tweeted them back and I'm like, I need a copy. And they told me that there will be a blog tour later on and they will have review copies, so be sure to, you know, to email later on. So later on arrived and I emailed them and I'm like, I need a copy. So they sent me this one, and it talks about a girl who there's a video that goes viral with 600,000 hits, and she gets a chance to film for a school scholarship. Apparently she finds a bald spot on her head, and it's no bigger than a quarter, but it shouldn't be there, and neither should the second bald spot arrive. So she gets diagnosed with alopecia areata, which is an autoimmune disease that has no cause, no cure, and no definitive outcome. So the spots grow, but no one knows, and she's trying to keep it a secret, but she's still determined to make the new video for the scholarship, as well as keep it a secret, keep her condition a secret. But then her condition gets revealed in a video, and she has to face the most difficult decision of her life. So this is, oh my god, I'm getting like the shivers. And it just sounds like it's going to be one of those emotional books, and yay for diversity, because this is, you know, not your typical teenager. Moving on to the book outlet order. There's a lot. Actually, there are 8 books in total. Let's talk about the non-contemporary books first, because literally there's only one that's not contemporary. The rest are all contemporary books. Oops. The first one is For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Pettifjord. I know Jillian of Bookish and Nerdy loves this book, and ever since she raved about it, I've been wanting to buy it ever since. So I'm really happy I finally got it. The next book is one I've read before, but I've been wanting for so long, and it's The Distance Between Us by Casey West. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This book is so good. One of my favorite contemporaries ever. I loved it, and I'm so happy I have it. I want to reread it this summer, actually. Currently, I own all of Casey West's books, and all of them are so good. Next book is In Honor by Jessie Kirby. I think I've only not read a single book by her. I haven't read a single book by Jessie Kirby. My sister read this one, and she really enjoyed it, and it's quite short, and it's a road trip, and it's a summer, what does that mean? Road trip, reading time. Not going on an actual road trip. I'm gonna read about it, because you know. And speaking about road trips, there's another road trip book, Reunited by Hilary Westman Graham. And this is about 3 ex-best friends that apparently they set up, or they planned a road trip for the summer to go to a concert. But then they had a fallout, so they became ex-best friends, as it says here. But they still want to go through the plan, and everything, I guess, was paid for and all that stuff. So they end up going, and it talks about the journey, you know, of the best friends, and I guess mending the relationship, as well as, you know, the road trip part of it. I'm really excited for this one. The next one is another Jessie Kirby book, and it's Golden. I heard really good things about this when it first came out through blogging, and it's actually, I think it's told in letter format. And I think this is also a road trip book, so I'm really excited about that. I love the details on this cover, as well as the spine. I really do love the spine. And the next book is actually another contemporary, but it's an adult book, and that one is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. So I talked to Adib on Twitter and he loved this book. When I saw it, I decided to buy it because I just love the cover, and I heard that it's a heartbreaking book, but sometimes you just need to read a heartbreaking book. And I'm really excited for this. And the last book, which isn't really a book, it's more like a movie companion, and you guys are gonna think this is hilarious, but it's one of like my favorite cute contemporaries, and it's Angus Thongs and Perfect Stogging. This I found in a book outlet, and as soon as I found it, I'm like, I'm buying it. I don't care because I love this movie. I am hoping I can read the books, though I think I've read one of them and I didn't enjoy them as much. I just really love the movie, and I'm quite happy that I get to read more insider info about it. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, you should totally check it out. So I completely forgot about a last book that I actually ended up winning. And I actually won in a giveaway at Brittany's blog. I will leave her blog link down below. And I won a May release, so I had to, you know, choose any May release that I wanted. So I picked Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. Ever since Giselle, Shelley, and I went to Chapters, and we found out that this existed, which is like, what? This existed. I have been lusting after this book, but I have been wanting to buy this book for so long. Look at the back. I just like look at the side. It's just a gorgeous flap. It really is. So even though we do have the arc, I really wanted this because I am hoping to read it this summer because hello, it's a contemporary. So I told her that this is what I wanted, and it has the best feel ever. And she actually wrapped it in like gift wrapping, like from the option on the Chapters website, which is just so awesome. So thank you so much, Brittany, for sending me this. I'm really excited to read this because I loved it, and she's such a picky reader. I can't wait to read it. Yeah, this is it. This is the last book in this haul. Yes, so these are all the books. I'm quite excited for many of them, and some I've already read, especially the contemporaries. I decided to buy a lot of contemporaries this summer because I have basically been cleaning out all my contemporaries from my bookshelves. Cleaning out meaning I've been reading them all. So this is a good way to read, you know, to restock my bookshelves with the books. And that is all. I hope you guys liked this video, and let me know of any of the books that you've read and you want me to read first, and any of the books that you're excited about. That's it. Have a nice day. Bye guys.